here we are live on Wednesday, November,
First.
Tuesday, November 1st. Sorry, I said Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we're off to the playoffs. So we're going up against Springfield Central out there. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, 30 teams in D1, I believe. 16 make it, and we got through the 13 seed, so they're the 4. When you get to this point in the year in Division One across the state, whoever you get is going to be a major
Exactly.
challenge.
Yeah, you're in the playoffs.
You're in the playoffs, but you're in the playoffs again. We're at the highest division now in an entire state. So, you go back 10, 15, even 5 years when your Super Bowls were regional. We're just playing a new set of teams now. So we're excited though.
And us and Wachusett are the only D1 teams that made it. So, that's an accomplishment. Like you said, that's a big accomplishment. When I look back to 30 years ago, we would have never thought of playing an Eastern Mass team.
Yeah.
Would we?
No.
I mean, it was just like, oh no, we can't play them. They're going to kill us. This is interesting. Let's talk a little bit about Leominster. That kid is good.
Receiver or the quarterback?
Both of them.
Yeah.
The freshman.
Well,
He doesn't play like a freshman.
No, for sure. I mean, he's very elusive. I think we gave up a touchdown on 4th down in the first quarter, which we regret, and then we shut him out till a minute left in the game, and I was really proud of the defense. I mean, that team scored I don't know how many points this year, and they were hyped up.
They put up 47 against Wachusett.
Right. So we were 8 seconds from holding them to 6. And again, the PAT thing hurt us because if we're ahead 7-6 on our last drive, it would have been more of a clock management drive, and we would have tried to bleed it more and get first downs rather than the necessity of scoring. And even if the ball's at the 25, you could consider quick kicking to the corner. Just a different mindset. But anyway, I thought our defense played really well offensively. We did
I thought our lines controlled both lines of scrimmage.
They did. I mean, there were a lot of bright spots. We just, came back to our lack of explosive plays on offense, which we know is a concern. But
I'm not going to mention who, but we did have a drop pass on a 4th down that would have given us a first down. Was that tipped?
I don't know. I didn't even know.
I don't know either. Live, it looked like the kid got a hand on it, but I don't know. What did you guys
Game
think?
of inches.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Right? Really?
It was.
You think it was tipped?
I thought it was tipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Nick,
I thought
you
it was
were
tipped.
upstairs.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm thinking in my mind about back to the game, and I mean, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that great catch that number 8 made in the end zone that got called back because of the penalty, the holding penalty. He had 2 guys on him, great coverage, and he made that catch, and it got called back, but they were tough. They were tough, but you guys were tougher. I thought
so too. I thought we did everything. It was very similar to Grafton, unfortunately. I mean,
We did everything but win.
in the last drive, they got the ball on the 25 and 75 yards in a minute, but 40 of those yards were scrambles.
Yeah,
So
we lost containment twice.
we did, and our guys were
when
gassed.
He broke out to the outside. Yeah.
But for us, we had our guys.
I know.
We don't want to get into too many
I know. It's
particulars, but
frustrating.
we did lose contain. But your margin for error against a kid like that is you dip your head inside 1 second,
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
and he gets around you. He's out in the open.
Their running back was good too.
Yeah, no, they're a very good team. We're a very good team. I felt for our kids. Our kids, they prepared hard. They bought into the plan. They executed the plan for the most part, and we're just a couple of plays. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
And we just try to keep stressing to them the little things matter. Every play matters. They learn the hard way with Grafton and Leominster. But truth be told, I mean, if we had won each of those games, I don't know if our seeding would be much different, if at all, in the playoffs. I don't think really the wins and losses in the playoff system don't matter. It's all about your margin. So if the margin is slightly on the
That's
plus
true
side.
because we talked about this just before we came on. Leominster 7-1. They're Division 2, but they're 12th. Yeah, 11th or 12th.
Their rating's not particularly high.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I'll say a credit to our kids too. I mean, I believe that St. John's aside, they play in the Catholic League. I think we play the toughest schedule in Central Mass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, without
And
a
I,
doubt.
and I think we get rewarded for it. You know, you can look at 4-4. We're certainly not. We thought we'd be better than that, and we're not happy with it. But it's against some pretty strong teams. And,
Yeah, but you know,
we got rewarded for it.
We're only a
Yeah.
little bit away from 6-2.
I mean, just think of the
Well-
teams and the games that we've lost.
Right.
You know, it was just, we were right there with,
Yeah, you're a couple of plays from being 6-2
Yeah.
and league champions. So I'm just hoping we take that. You know, we still have a lot of football, not a lot of time left, but a lot of football where we the kids can learn from that and move forward and realize that again, every little thing in a football game matters.
I think, we've talked about this a gazillion times. I think that's what I love about football. You know, that 10 guys doing the right thing and one guy, and then boom, touchdown or something bad
Well,
happens.
think about the hand. If that ball was tipped at the end, I mean, that's a game of inches. If his hand doesn't get that ball, if it just barely tips it to all.
Because it looked to me like it was going like this once it got by the defender. That's why I thought it was
he was
tipped.
right
Is that
there
what
at
you
the-
thought too?
I just thought it was tipped. I didn't see the rotation after that. I was just ticked that we had dropped it after that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the throw was a little bit late because he was really running a pivot route away from the Mike linebacker.
Yep.
The Mike linebacker's over the center. We have our tight end run 5 steps and he pivots and runs an out into a void. The throw was a little late, but in TJ's defense, he had some pressure. So again, those give the inches, the little things, the little bit of pressure, then the little bit of the delay, then the little bit of the, if we're throwing a little sooner there, then the hand's probably not there, if that did alter it. But those are all the
TJ had
things.
another great game.
He did.
Played a lot on defense.
He did. Yeah.
He made
our line, I think that we wore them down too. Our line, we have to have, if not one of the best lines in Central Massachusetts.
Yeah, I would have to say that. I would
Hands
agree.
down.
Yeah, they've
Really.
carried us on offense, that's for sure.
They have.
Yeah.
They have. I think we talked about that earlier in the season too. I think they have. They've been fantastic.
They have.
And if you look at that team, and if they don't have a guy that can scramble like that,
Right.
we win that game.
Right, for sure. I mean, that's going into the game. We knew that, and we're dealing with that this Friday as well. A
Hey,
mobile,
did you say he's going on Nebraska? The quarterback?
yeah, for Springfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he big? I mean, like, is he 6'2", 6'3"?
No, not necessarily. He's an athlete. He might be 6 feet.
Okay.
I don't know though. I don't want to
Yeah.
misspeak. He might be tall. I don't think so. I mean, he's very good. Very athletic. Throws great. Started since his freshman year.
Yeah,
Just
but
like the
we've
Lemons
been, we've been seeing that all year though.
Yeah, we
So,
have.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? We really have. Think
Yeah,
about it.
Andover.
Andover, Walpole.
Yeah, we've seen some good
Grafton.
quarterbacks.
I mean,
So
Yeah.
those
we should be
quarterbacks
used
are
to
good.
it. So,
Right.
and I like your attitude going into it, John. I really do. Just, we're gonna do this
Yeah.
and
Yep. We can control.
That's right.
That's what we're for. It's what we try to stress every week, to be honest. with
Yeah.
you. If you get caught up in whose records here and with this and all that stuff, and it doesn't really
Right.
matter in the end.
No, it doesn't.
No.
And again, I looked at their schedule, and they played a lot of Western Mass teams. Now, that doesn't mean anything bad, but
No, they haven't played the schedule. yet.
No.
No, they played a team from Florida who I know is very strong, and they played Central Catholic of Lawrence.
did they lose to the team from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm not sure, I think it's 6 Western Mass opponents. I think. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're a strong team, and we'll have our hands full. But like I said, it's not really much of a different mindset than any other week.
Any other game, right.
We just have to continue to try to find more in terms of compete level,
And
pay
execute.
greater attention to detail,
Yeah.
execution.
Yeah.
I mean, I really believe, I believe in the kids. I believe we have a lot more than we've shown. They have to believe that, and hopefully we show that Friday.
Now, the game starts at 6.
6 o'clock.
Okay. What time are you guys leaving, do you know?
I think we have a 3:30 bus scheduled, probably a little bit after 3:30.
Okay.
Yeah, Friday traffic.
Yeah, I know. We are worried about it too, so.
I don't know what the trip is. I'll look into that next couple of days. Is it an hour?
It's about an hour.
Maybe a little more? in a few minutes, hour and change.
It's gonna be right around an hour. You know, when Mike went to Springfield, it always took us about an hour to get there with no traffic. So, yeah, it's probably gonna be, I was saying to Nick before you got here, it's probably gonna be an hour and a half on a Fridays. On the Mass Pike are just,
Yeah.
they're terrible, so. Not a lot of Central in the higher divisions, but in the lower divisions, there's,
Central Mass.
yeah. I mean, Northbridge, West Boylston, Millbury, you know, they're all in it.
Yeah, what, Division 7?
Yeah, Division 6 or 7, something like that, or St. Bernard's. So,
Doesn't matter.
I think the higher you go in Central, there's not a lot of, I think there's more smaller schools in Central
yeah,
than there are bigger.
yeah.
So who's in it from Central Mass and D1?
Just us and Wachusett.
Just
Just
Wachusett.
very much, you said. Yep. Yep. Well, there's St. John's, those are the 3 Division I teams in Central Mass. St. John's was, I think, 20th out of 30. And like I said, top 16 make it, so.
Yeah, and that
And
16th, I'm sorry, too. And the 16th seed didn't make it because they only had
One
B-
win.
two wins.
2
One
and
win,
6.
2 wins.
You need a minimum of 3. So
Right.
BC High, who plays a strong schedule, Catholic
Yeah.
League, obviously.
Yeah,
Their opponent's rating was very high. Theirs was not. That's how they had the relatively high ranking for a 2 and 6
right,
team,
right.
because they're Catholic. And St. John's wasn't that far behind them because
Oh,
of
they
because
play
of
a
the
tough
because of the
schedule,
strength of schedule too.
Yeah.
So it's nice that it rewards that. And, you know, it rewards the strength of schedule.
Yeah.
I was looking at our bracket, and Wachusett's in our bracket, so there is a chance that we could be playing. There is a real good
It
chance.
would be round 2 because
It'd be,
they're
yeah,
the
right.
12
It
playing
would be
the
the
5.
next. It'd be
Yeah,
next.
we're not-
Oh, wow.
They're gonna knock off their team, we gotta knock out.
That's right. And then we'll have back-to-back games against
Who are
Wachusett.
they playing?
Zavarian,
Severin, yeah.
yeah,
Up
very strong
there.
team. Yes. The
All
top
right.
8 get home games. So if you're an 8 or higher,
Yeah.
you know, then we're really shooting for that this year, but we came up a little short. But sorry, we don't mind bus rides.
Just that close.
Yeah,
All right, I hear the music. Liz is probably in there shaking her head, telling us to hurry up. We'll be right back and get two of the boys coming on.
And I am awake. My friends watch this. I said, are you asleep?
All right, welcome
Right, go.
back. Welcome back. Joining us here for the second half, sitting next to me is Oliver Canavan, and you're much taller than I I expected.
Really?
Yeah, well, you know, it's hard to tell, we're
Yeah.
far away.
We got some tall kids out there. So he
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah. And Tommy Caputo, touchdown Tommy, I'm gonna call him tonight, because we didn't bring it up last week, he wasn't here, so, but he got a touchdown against Shepherd Hill, and us old linemen love it when, you know, linebackers and lineman guys get to touch the ball, so it's a good thing. Tough one against Leominster last week. Kid's good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of talent on their team. You know, ball just didn't roll our way that game.
Yeah.
You know, things happen. It's just that last drive.
Oh,
Tough game.
yeah,
Our
it was.
defense was great, though.
Our defense
I really
played
was
great.
proud of how
Yeah.
we played on defense. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we played great too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we said it on here, if we said it off here, but I thought we dominated the line of scrimmage. I think we said it on there.
We'll dominate the line, and we didn't mention it, but the turnover battle, we won 2-0.
Yep.
And we were I don't know if we had, how many penalties we had, 1 or 2?
Yeah.
They had, you know, we won all the areas we wanted to, you know, so up front.
Sometimes it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you have a kid like that who can make so many things happen. It's just such a big difference in a game.
yeah.
When the play breaks down, you get 2 plays in one, really. You get the play that they call, and then you get the play that he makes.
I can remember early, I mean, he had like, it felt like 15 seconds. He's running around and you can't, especially, I mean, NFL players can't cover for 15 seconds. High school kids can't do that either.
It becomes sandlot football.
Yeah, yeah. You think go
Well, the kids, you
go
just
down
don't know,
to
you know,
the water fountain,
they run a
turn
post
right.
route, and then the post route stops, so where's he gonna go?
Yeah.
He's just gonna run
Starts
around and
running
try to get
around.
open,
Yeah.
you know, and then,
Why don't you talk a little bit about both of them, John?
yeah, sure. I mean, we've obviously had each of these guys on, but, Tommy's older brother, Chris, do you remember Chris Caputo? Graduated in 19, right? Yeah, so, I wish there were more of them.
No more behind.
No,
Tom.
I
No
mean,
more.
you know, I tell their dad all the time, just that they are, both guys are just, you know, players we love, coachable, they take coaching, disciplined, tough, hardworking, no nonsense, you know, just such dependable kids. And, you know,
Can I just introduce, that is a word, in my opinion, in our opinion, we've said it many times. Our kids this year have been really tough, I think.
yeah, I agree. Definitely. And I mean, Tom's a captain, and he leads by example, and plays guard and inside linebacker, playing a lot more inside linebacker this year, and doing a really good job. Last year's playing a lot more offense, this year playing a lot more defense. But he's really stepped up in so many ways. And, you know,
He's the small guy. When you look at the line, he's the small
yeah.
guy.
So,
Look at him, he's
so Tom,
The normal one.
he lobbied to play fullback all summer because we knew we had a lot of depth up front, and I kind of gave him like the maybe, which I shouldn't have. I gave him the maybe, and then when the season started, I said, we just really need you at guard. So there was a little bit of guilt to my decision last week to give him the
Give him
football.
the ball and something else.
Because I said maybe, and
I
I should
would've loved
have
to-
said, get away from me, you can't play fullback.
I would have loved to have seen his face when you told him to go in against Shepherd.
I didn't, I was just trying to get him. I
He didn't give you any
see
it just was
No.
like a snap thing.
I wasn't really like, it wasn't an excited face. I was like confused. He was like going at fullback. I was like, what? Okay. They ran the same play 3
Your
times. They
teammates,
scored.
Well,
did your teammates call you Rudy? Get in there, Rudy.
No, not that time.
we knew we couldn't run a play that required any, you know, we really just ran our
Just-
straight ahead
just
dive
a
play. You just
dive.
run straight ahead, and I knew in the huddle, I imagine you guys probably had a conversation how that exchange works, because you know every handoff's obviously a little different, but so you know he just goes down as one of the players all-time favorites in terms of toughness, dependability, and you know both Caputos are captains, and you know we're gonna miss him. Like I said, we wish we had more of you guys coming down.
Maybe in 20 years.
yeah. I don't know if I'll still be around, but we'll see.
You never know.
You never know. And you know, Ollie plays X receiver for us. He's caught a couple of 2 touchdowns or 3 this year.
2.
Two
Right,
touchdowns. Doing a good job at receiver. But he mixes in at receiver.
Kind of the go-to guy.
Yeah, for sure. At our split end, he's kind of our starter there that we can rely on and know the whole offense and do everything properly. And I think on defense, he's come along and plays probably more on D at outside backer, which in our defense, our overhang backers and our 3-4, they're doing a lot of stuff. They're
Yeah.
rushing.
Yeah.
They've got to take on
It's
pullers.
almost like they're a hybrid DN too, right?
Exactly. They got to play in space when there's trips. He's playing in some of our defenses. He's over a number 2 receiver. Sometimes he's striking a tight end, depending on the formation. So he's adjusted really well, and he's really come along and learned as the year's gone. Even in the last 3 weeks, we've noticed increased physicality and just getting confidence now that he's had all this. I mean, he played a little bit last year at the position, but it's nice to see when we get into the week 7 and 8. And I'm proud of my coaches too, because I can see when the kids are they're getting really into a lot of depth on execution, the little things.
Yep.
They're getting more and more and more little things right, which helps us down the stretch.
A lot of that's repetition, and it's tough. Yeah, it's not easy.
No, it's not. And he's one of our team leaders. We have our captains, and we have a broader group of team leaders that, I basically treat them all as captains. So both of these guys are really good leaders for us.
We got a lot of seniors.
We do. 21 or 22?
22.
We counted
We
them,
saw
I think,
pictures,
22.
yeah, 22.
One of them might be a manager.
Manager? Well, 21.
Yeah, that's a solid number. I mean, we only had 16 last year, but we've had years where we've had 25 or 28. So
Yeah.
it's on. I'd say for now, that's right about where 22 a class. That's
That's good.
probably right where we get to 25 a class. That would be ideal.
How did the junior varsity?
They
do?
lost 22-8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like they were in it.
Yeah, it was 8-0 at the half.
Okay.
It was 0-0 right before the half. We made a mistake to give them a touchdown, but
Okay.
just got a little worn down physically.
How about Springfield? What do they bring?
They're very fast. They're on a 3-4 defense. But really, they're just very fast. We just got to contain them. Their quarterback's fast. We got to do a good job on that. Their offense is good. So we just got to.
Sounds like a repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
pretty
not
much,
like
yeah.
you haven't faced fast
I
this
know.
year.
Yeah.
I know. Andover, Leominster, Grafton, Walpole. It just keeps going. Yeah, the amazing thing that the teams that we've lost to are combined like 30-2.
Yeah.
And we lost by 1, by 6, and then the other 2. I commend you guys.
We stress to the kids, that Andover's the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And the undefeated team in Division One,
Mhm.
and that was they pulled away late, but that was a competitive game.
Yeah, it
That was a
was.
very I know that I talked to their coach after. He was really impressed with our compete level, and again, big play capability with their quarterback. Maybe made the score probably suggest it was a little bit.
Yeah.
The game was, in terms of first downs and yardage and time of possession and stuff, it was a pretty even game. They had some big plays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
They had.
we've played with the best.
Yeah.
Of course, we're playing with the best Friday, and we feel like we belong there too.
Mhm.
So
Walpole's like, what did I say? There were 2 in
Two
Division 3 or 1?
they're not the one. They're up there.
Yeah, they're up there too. I mean, it's you didn't shy away from anybody. This
No,
year.
no, and again, we got rewarded for it. So because again, you don't get handed the playoffs, especially
No.
in Division One.
No.
So-
no. And especially anymore. You're
Right.
right.
Yep.
You're right. Because if you play a weak schedule, that's going to hurt you big time too.
When you guys are looking at the films and what they're capable of, and do they actually have like favorite plays that they like to play that you guys might focus on that ones that you see them repeating,
Yep.
more, and then say when they're doing this, we know that we have to do this.
For sure.
Well, they're a big RPO team, big zone read team. They like giving the quarterback the ball and getting it in his hands,
Mm-hmm.
and he likes making up broken plays and seeing what he can do.
And what we'll do,
So
our
he freelances is what you're saying? He just does a lot of it.
Yeah, mostly when he drops back, he likes to.
If he doesn't see anything right away, he doesn't have any problem. Patrick Mahomes tucking it and go, or
Yeah.
Josh Allen,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the quarterbacks nowadays?
But when we scout them and watch film, we break the films down and we get their plays on cards. We put them onto cards, and then the scripts in practice when we'll do our defensive period, our look team. Some of our guys will go off of the cards and exactly what plays. So we'll make the scripts as coaches. We always plan practice the night before, and the 15 or 20 plays in team, we put in obviously proportional amount. If they run a lot of zone read, they're going to see 3 or 4 or 5 zone read plays in that script. So the kids are seeing that, and we obviously tell them too that they run this 24% of the time. They're going to be running inside zone or whatever. Coach HT's great at breaking the numbers down. They're in this formation 60%. They do this 80%. So we have tendencies and all that kind of stuff.
So I see that as being one of your strengths in getting the kids prepared for the game and what to look for and that type of thing. It's just, that would be the thing that I would be concerned with if I was coaching is, what plays do they like to run? Let's take their strength away from them if you can. The old Belichick type of thing.
It's hard.
You changed some things up on Leominster. You were shooting linebackers.
Yeah, we did. We were. We had a couple of different, just a couple.
Yeah, just a couple, but
yeah.
it
Yeah,
made a difference.
It really did. We're trying to get pressure on them and flush them.
Yep.
And
I
it
thought we
worked.
did a good job of
We
it,
we
too.
did, and our secondary held on well, which
I was
again,
just gonna say that, too.
covering for you might have to cover for 9 or 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Some
Not
teams
easy.
is 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Springfield Central definitely has their favorite things they like to do. So and we got to line up and execute.
That's the key word.
Yeah.
I know. What do you like better? Offense or defense?
Well, our offense, we run the ball a lot, so it's hard at receiver. But on defense, I'm not sure. I like both of them pretty even. I like hitting on defense, and I like catching the ball on offense. So it just depends.
Yeah, you're right. You're just the kind of wrong place, wrong time. We got a running
Yeah.
quarterback, not necessarily a throwing guy, and
Yeah.
it makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean, he's great at running the ball.
Oh,
so,
no,
yeah.
no. I'm not.
Yeah.
not
No.
knocking it.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
I get it.
He's-
I get you.
So I'm not angry at it. It's just.
But you want to run the ball, don't you?
He wants
Yeah.
to catch the ball.
No, he wants to run the ball.
He wants to run the ball. What do you like better? Fullback doesn't count. We're just talking about guard and
I figured
linebacker.
that. But I'm defense through and through. Like, I've been playing defense like all the way through my entire career. And then freshman year I actually played D-line, but then sophomore year I made the move to linebacker. And it's just been like, it's been so much fun. Like, I strongly think that linebacker is the most fun position in football. So
We're going to do a
defense.
little bit of everything. You can blitz, you can cover, you can
And
tackle,
and
hit, and
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to do so much there too. You're in the middle. You got to playing downhill. You got to cover. It's
Yeah.
You got to have good reads. All right, how about college? Anything? This is no pressure, just asking. What are you doing?
Yeah. I really want to go to James Madison down in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm really.
What do you want to do?
I want to do business.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice school.
Good school.
Yeah.
right now, looking at Syracuse Communications, sports broadcast.
Come on, we're ready to retire.
Yeah.
Come back.
Do it.
Maybe.
So in 20 years, I'll be coaching your kid. You're 25, more than that.
Yeah.
I'll be coaching your kid, and you'll be right there. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
You'll be saying,
Sounds like
Coach,
a
do you
great
need a
plan.
hand getting up? That's what you'll be saying.
Sounds like a great plan.
All right. Remember, 6 o'clock at Springfield Central. It's really easy to get to. It is. But that's all I'll say about that. Good luck, you guys.
Thank you.
I know you're going to bring the thunder. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck. Stay